to elevate. Speaking of defense and it elevating, is it a coincidence that when we add Richard Sherman, we actually have the best defensive performance of the year? We have the best defensive performance of the year. Miss me with the Mac Jones stuff. Okay? Mac Jones, hats off to you. You did a pretty good job on probably the most crippled secondary in football. But hey, who's nitpicking, right? But the defense, we didn't let him get in the end zone, buddy. We didn't let him get in the end zone. Didn't let him get in the end zone. You complete that many passes. You throw for that many yards, which in my opinion is empty yards, because they didn't lead to touchdowns. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense bend, but we didn't break. That's typically what we do. That's the history. Even going back to the Sapp and John Lynch days. You can get yards on us, but it's very difficult for you to run the ball, and it's very difficult for you to put the ball and put the doggies in the end zone. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers stepped up defensively. They made stops when they needed to make stops. They kept them out of the end zone when we needed to keep them out of the end zone. And I just want to throw around a few game balls defensively. Devin White had his best game of the 2021 season. After he got bullied against the LA Rams, after Robert Woods ran an inside like a middle hitch and literally pushed him out of the way and took his lunch, after Henderson for the LA Rams ran him over not once but twice, he needed a bounce back game, and he bounced back. He looked again like the Devin White we have all become accustomed and used to. He looked like somebody shot him out of a Louisiana cannon. He was all over the field. Great game. But I do have a critique for you, Mr. White, and that critique is you had an interception to seal the deal, to close out the game, before they kicked that field goal to go up in the game, 17-16. It was right in your hands and you dropped it. There were some other big play opportunities that we missed defensively. Desir had a pick six. If Dean, Sherman, or Carlton comes in contact with that pass that I believe was thrown to Nelson Aguilar as it was a comeback route, we have that interception. It's a pick six and the game is over. But these are plays that we will capitalize on as the season progresses. Another play that Devin White missed out on was the play before Folk missed the field goal for the New England Patriots. I believe it was Golston who had a great game, or Vita Vea who deflected the ball, and Devin White had an opportunity to catch it. Game over, ends the game. But I'm not mad at all. Great defensive performance. And how about Joe Tryon? Joe Tryon. Man, Joe Tryon looked good. I believe he had 2 sacks. I know for sure he had 1. He had a lot of pressures. He was always in the quarterback's face. First of all, the whole defense was in the quarterback's face. Shaq Barrett ate last night. Just imagine what we would have done if we would have had JPP. But this was a great defensive performance. And I want to say that I want to reiterate, it's difficult to go into Foxborough and get a win. It's difficult to keep their doggies out of the end zone, especially when they have that much momentum. And New England Patriots almost lived on their side, well, on our side of the ball. But the defense bowed up when they needed to bow up. And at the end of the game, we made Mac Jones look like a rookie. Because if he wasn't a rookie, Bill Belichick goes for it on 4th and 3. But we did something to convince the great Bill Belichick that 4th and 3 with the ball in that quarterback's hands won't do it. Hats off to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense.